All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Next Step Show. And this is Pavel stepping up for the Next Step Show. So, uh, the COVID cases are surging. Vaccine is on the horizon. Election uncertainty is real. And we're still selling real estate. What's going on? Let's talk about it. But before we talk about it, let's give a shout out to one of our sponsors, VirtueDesk. If you're looking for a virtual assistant to help you with all of your real estate needs or your business needs, if you're a small, medium-sized business and you need somebody to work remotely for you and work at a fraction of a cost of a regular full-time employee, please consider a virtual assistant. You can hire a virtual assistant for as low as $8.60 an hour. Go to myvirtuedesk.com or Google VirtueDesk, VIRTUDESK. So let's talk about what's going on with the real estate. Let's talk what's going on with the current state of the world, so to say, and how we, as this professionals, can actually stay on top of everything. So looks like the election uncertainty is still uncertain, and some channels say, one candidate won, the other said the other candidate won or will win. Courts playing out, the legal challenges are going on. So we don't know who's going to be the president yet. However, there's some guesses, there's some bets, but we don't know for certain who's going to be the next president. In midst of all of this, the COVID-19 cases are surging. They're going up all over the country, going up here in the state of Washington, and everywhere. Hospitalizations are up, cases are up. So the governors are talking about possible restrictions, possible lockdowns, or any other, anything that we already experienced before in the spring may come back right now in the fall and winter. So the good news is that the COVID vaccine is on the horizon, and looks like Pfizer announced on Monday that their vaccine has 90% efficacy, which means it's effective 90%, which is good. And they should have a FDA authorization hopefully next month. And they'll, ease the burden of the virus. However, what's going on with real estate? What real estate agents can actually do to be able to stay in business and to be able to sell real estate in this noisy, crazy world that we live in? As I always say, guys, the most important part of any business that you do, you need to sort out the noise and focus on your customer, on your activities, and be 100% focused. All right. There's going to be a lot of noise, a lot of distractions, and I understand it's very hard to, to noise it out, to completely just space out of it, because we all live in a world of information and the digital world where everything is just. There's so much information for a normal person to digest. That's why a lot of people, what they do, they actually shut off the news. They snooze major news channels on their Facebook feeds so that they don't see what's being reported. And it's actually a good idea. What I did myself personally, I basically snoozed all major newspapers and news channels on my Facebook feed. Why did I do that? Well, number one, because there's going to be a lot of information that will be distracting to me. It's going to be, interrupting me from what I do, interrupting me from the focus that I have, and will probably. I don't want anybody to form my opinion or to change my opinion, and basically interrupt me from what I'm doing, because sometimes news can be very disturbing what they reporting. So if you're a business person, if you're an entrepreneur, you are focusing on different things. You're focusing on how you will run your business. You're focusing on how you serve your customer. And you're focusing on how you can be productive. And I speak with a lot of real estate agents and people in the industry have fears. They have fears of looming, depression, fear of looming shutdowns, lockdowns, and because it looks like we've somehow overcame that, but looks like we're heading in the wrong direction as far as cases right now going on. So people are concerned about lockdowns and what I'm telling you guys is we've been there before. Think about it. We have been there before. We've been to the lockdowns. We had shutdowns. Okay. We had stay-at-home orders. We had all restrictions, but we still managed to work. We managed to work. We managed to actually serve our customer and sell real estate. Okay. So that's the most important thing, guys, to remember. If you're a real estate agent and you are scared, if you're scared of how your business is going to play out, if you're scared how the customer is going to buy, if you're scared, if you're looking to, change something in your business and you're scared because there's uncertainty as far as what's going on, keep in mind that whatever the uncertain situation we're in, it will change. It will change, and this too shall pass. Okay, this too shall pass. And also at the same time, keep in mind that customer is relying on you. So for your customer, be the voice of reason, not the voice of panic. Keep in mind, be the voice of reason and not the voice of panic, because you are in a profession where you have some trust. You've gained some trust from the consumer. So consumer turns to you, to a trusted professional, for a professional opinion. So when they turn to you to find out about the state of the market, when they turn to you to find out about the state of the interest rates, or where the real estate is heading, are we going to have another housing crash? Don't be the voice of panic and give them the dark winter gloom and doom. Be the voice of reason. Explain to people what's going on, explain to people what may happen, and also keep in mind that people will still be buying and selling real estate. They will be still, doing, life goes on, guys. Life goes on. People need to move. And what this pandemic showed us, and the lockdowns that we had before in spring, what it showed us is that people were still buying real estate. Okay, because people still fundamentally live with the hope for the future. They may adjust their living conditions. If somebody's living in the city, they may want to move to the suburbs. If somebody's moving, has a small house, they may want to expand because they spend more time in their house. They need more space. If somebody's living in one state, they may move to another state that's actually more business friendly to them, or they just want to relocate, pay less taxes, or if they want to, sell their house and get a bigger one, or downgrade. There's always going to be need for the real estate services. So if you are guys looking at the perspective, that's it, this is doom and gloom, this is going to be bad, don't even think about it. Think about positive things in life. First of all, that everything changes, everything goes and comes. Okay, so when you are considering, let's say you're considering to switch the brokerage because you are tired of paying too much money to your broker and you want to switch to 100% commission brokerage, think to our sponsor, Nexus Realty. Nexus Realty is a 100% commission brokerage in Seattle area, where you can actually keep 100% of your commission, and it's 100% cloud-based brokerage. So contact Nexus Realty, and it's you can see at nexusrealtyagent.com, and it's nexusrealtyagent.com. So having said that, going back to the doom and gloom and what's going to happen with the real estate industry. My opinion, guys, okay, unless something really major, fundamentally wrong happens with our country, with our economy, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. And the reason we're going to be fine is because regardless what politicians says, politicians do political things. Market is driven by the economy, by the market demands, by people, by you, by your needs, your wants, your desires. Okay, so if there is a demand for something, okay, then you provide the solution for that. If there is if there is a need, you provide the solution. That's what it is, and so market will be always driven by that. And as I said, it's very important to note that your fears are basically in your head. Okay. And the fears in your head is because of uncertainty. Uncertainty is because of lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge because you need to educate yourself and you need to read more. Again, my advice to real estate agents who are sometimes sitting right now and listening to this and they have no deals in the pipeline, they need to, first of all, stop listening to the news and they need to get back to work. What I mean by that, they need to reach out to their database. So reach out to your database first and be the voice of reason. Again, because being the voice of reason, that's where you are gaining trust. Because you never know, because a lot of people will still be actually working with you, and a lot of people will listening to you because there's always people going to be buying and selling real estate. So this particular podcast episode is recorded for those who are in real estate industry. So if you're in real estate industry, you have questions, please feel free to write me in this chat room, write me in the comments. I'll be able to answer it. Okay. Any kind of questions you have regarding the real estate industry, if you're a real estate agent. I will try to invite some guests here on the podcast who will be answering some questions later on. But meanwhile, please click on share, please click on like and subscribe on YouTube so that YouTube algorithm gives us some boost so we can actually get up there. All right. But meanwhile, if you are guys in the industry where, let's say you're not in real estate industry, but you're in service industry, I kept talking about it before and I'll keep talking about it again. You need to pivot. And if you, let's say you were in the service industry and the first shutdown that affected you in the spring is coming to haunt you now, you should have rethought your strategy. You should have rethought your business model because things are changing. Things are changing and the way we are running our businesses has changed. And as the humanity progresses towards different normal reaction, different normalcy, we need to be aware of how things are going to be operating. And I think personally how things are going to be operating, it's going to be more remote work. It's going to be more remote presentations and going to be more digitally involved situations. And that's my thought. Again, I may be wrong because a lot of people will, want to get into the out there, want to socialize. So, but as a real estate professional, learned how to sell real estate virtually. We've learned how to show homes virtually. We've learned how to meet with the clients virtually. We've learned how to social distance. We've learned how to wear masks. We've learned how to actually be able to be successful. All right. So don't panic. Things are okay. We've got this. We're going to overcome this. And don't pay attention to the news. Please, I begging you. News is not your friend right now because that's a lot of scary things. A lot of things that are trying to scare you and a lot of things that are trying to get into your head. Do not let them do that. Okay. This is my friendly advice to everybody. Again, this is Next Step Show. Please, guys, subscribe. Please listen up. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to speak with anybody. And I'll be happy to host you guys as the host on my podcast. Meanwhile, I'll see you guys on Monday.